Welcome to the tutorial on simulation of precision half-wave rectifier using multi-sim. This is the half-wave precision rectifier circuit wherein you can see an op-amp that is being used of dual power supply plus VCC and minus VEE. A single input voltage source is applied represented as Vin, and the output of the op-amp is connected with a diode. So, during the positive half cycle of the input voltage which is applied to the non-inverting input terminal, the voltage at this particular point will be same as that of the input voltage that is applied. Because the input voltage is a positive half cycle, the output voltage will be a positive value and it will forward bias the diode. Because of the presence of the negative feedback, the output voltage that appears across this load RL will be same as that of the input voltage applied. So during the positive half cycle, you obtain the same positive half cycle at the output having the same amplitude as that of the input signal. So if input voltage is having a peak value of Vp, the output voltage will also have a peak value of Vp. Whereas during the negative half cycle, what happens is that since input is given to the non-inverting input terminal, the output of the op-amp will be negative, the diode will be reverse bias, the circuit will act like an open circuit, and there is no continuity between the output node and the inverting input. So because this acts as an open circuit, the output voltage will be equal to 0. So during the negative half cycle of the input, as shown in the figure, the output voltage will be equal to 0. Now when we are trying to simulate this particular circuit using multisim, we require the following components which I have dotted down here. We require an op-amp, and the type of the op-amp that I am going to use is a 741 op-amp. I require a diode and I am going to use one N4007 diode, and I require a load resistance RL of 10 kilo ohms, and I require a input voltage AC source. Precision rectifiers, as you know, it's a rectifier, so it will convert AC to DC. So you have to ensure that your input is in AC and your output is measured in terms of DC. So as we have seen in the tutorial earlier, whatever components that are required for us, we are going to place those components, that is the op-amp, the diode, the resistances, the VDD and VE values for the op-amp, the signal source, that is the AC signal source. So all these components we are going to place and make the required connections. When we place the components on the design window, usually these components will appear in the horizontal axis. So if you want to change the axis, just select the component and right click and you will get an option wherein you can change the orientation to either flip horizontally or vertically, or you can change it to rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. And to make the design very simpler and neat, this will be very much useful if you rotate or orient the circuit in an appropriate manner. And also, instead of simply going multiple times to the icon window or the toolbar window, what you can do is that if a component is already available in the circuit, just go to that component, select that component, and Control C and Control V you need to place. So you have multiple components of the same type. So that is what I have done with the oscilloscope. And now I am using two oscilloscopes, one to see the input and another one to see the output. For both the oscilloscopes I am using the channel A, and you should be careful here because we are verifying the rectifier, so input is in AC mode and the output is in DC mode. So by default the VDD and VE values will be in 5 volt, that you can change just by right clicking it and typing the value whichever you want. Please be careful when you connect the pins. It is pin number 7 which is equal to VDD and pin number 4 which is equal to VEE. And one observation to be done here is the signal source that I have used makes use of 1 volt peak. That means the total peak to peak voltage is 2 volt and has a frequency of 1 kilohertz. And when I'm simulating, I'm going to keep both the windows open. So this will be your input window and this is the output window. To observe the waveform clearly, I need to change the scale of both the windows, that is the input and the output oscilloscope. So I'm going to change the scale, and the same scale has to be used at the output side so that you can clearly tally. Here you should remember one thing, that scale basically corresponds to one box in your x-axis and one box in your y-axis. So here if the scale is 2 millisecond per division, that means one box is equal to 2 millisecond per division. And scale in the y-axis is 1 volt, means one box is equal to 1 volt. So this is very much evident that here we have used a 2 volt peak to peak at the input and output voltage is 1 volt peak to peak. Now to be very clear, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use probes so that I know the exact values. So I've placed a probe at the output side, and this probe will give me the value of the peak to peak voltage and other parameters also. But I do not require all the parameters, so I can right click on this and select the parameters that I require and give a no to all the other parameters. So I will go to the parameter option and give a no to all the ones which I do not require. Click OK, and you can see only ones which are required will be available. So you have V volt peak to peak and frequency. In a similar manner, I can connect a probe at the input side. Here I have 1 volt peak, so I'm going to change it to 2 volt peak. That window that you just saw will appear if you are in already simulation mode. So now I'm going to stop the simulation, and when I run the simulation you can see that 4 volt peak to peak gives me an output volt peak to peak of 2 volts. So I'm connecting a probe at the input side. Again, I don't want all the parameters, so I'm making it a no. So you can see I have kept only the input voltage peak to peak, which is 4 volt and a frequency of 1 kilo. And at the output side I will also deselect the V part. So you can see 4 volt at the input gives me an output volt of 2 volt peak to peak. Frequency is the same, or I can say approximately the same.